if we can go into the back nine shooting negative, that would be huge. The jump putt even today is feeling really good. We're going to hit one. Everybody, Kelly, and I'm bringing you a brand new video today. So today we are actually out at Boone Woods and we're going to be playing a Beat My Record. So we were here about a month ago or over a month ago now, and we actually shot even the last time that we were out here. So we're actually going to see how well we can actually shoot out here today. A lot of the pin locations, I believe, are in the shorts, so we should be able to shoot better than even like we did the last time here. We have a lot going on here today, actually. I got a lot of new discs in the bag, or just a couple few actually. And then I also am wearing some new shoes out here today, trying out some of the Vivo footwear. I saw Eagle wearing them, figured I'd try them out and see how they are. I'll do a little review on them. Nothing too in depth, but give you guys my honest thoughts about the footwear here that I'm wearing today, as well as some news about Nomadic. So we got a lot going on here today. We're just gonna jump into things here and get into hole one. Right, hole one out here at Boone Woods. This pin location is actually going to be in the short position this time around. It looks like the basket is just right down there. It's going to be about 323 feet here today. So last time we actually pushed well long of where this basket is actually at. So I'm still going to take the S-Line DD3 here. We're going to not put as much power into this thing like we did the last time we were here, just to make sure that we don't push too far off to the right of the basket. Probably try and put this thing off to the left side a little bit more than we actually did the last time we were here, but we're gonna see if we can end up with a birdie here on this first hole. Turned it over just a little bit too much. We're gonna be way off to the left side, but we'll have an open look at the basket there. I want to thank you guys all so much for tuning in here today and hanging out with me out at Boone Woods. I absolutely love this course, super fun course. Doesn't have a very high rating actually on UDisc. I'm not sure why. I mean, it offers a lot of different things here actually. I would say it's more of a beginner friendly to intermediate type of course. Actually, it's got a little bit of distance. You got to get in the woods, open shots. It offers a lot of different things. I recommend coming out here if you're in the area just looking to play a quick 18. Didn't do any putting warm up or anything like that. Just hopped out of the car and just threw that first shot that you're gonna see there. We're actually a little bit closer than I thought we were gonna be, so we're gonna have a good look at the basket to start out with a birdie here. Oh, that was so close. All right, we'll start off with a par here. Really would have liked to start the round off with a birdie, especially on a shorter hole like that, but we'll be okay with par there. We gave it a actually really good run. I thought we were gonna make that, but we're gonna move on to hole two here and hopefully pick up our first birdie. Hole two, I believe this is in the same location as it was the last time that we played here, so it's gonna be in the B location. It's gonna be 312 feet. You're gonna wanna put something through this gap right here. Basket's gonna be just slightly tucked down that way. We're gonna take the S-Line DD3 here again. Pump it out down this gap that you're seeing right here. Hopefully we can get something super close to the basket here, not turn this thing over as much as we did on the first drive. Still turned it over just a little bit too much. It did have the hyzer at the end like it typically does with the DD3, so we should have an open look at the basket there. So like I mentioned, I'm actually wearing some new shoes. They're called the Vivo like barefoot shoes. You'll probably see, like, I believe Eagle wears them. I'm not sure if anybody else actually does or not, but they're actually pretty wild. So it feels like there's like nothing on my feet actually. I guess they're supposed to be really good for your feet. I just wanted to try something else out because I've been wearing Adidas for like my entire time of playing disc golf, and I swear I go through a pair of Adidas shoes like every year. They'll break in the same exact spot. It's like super unfortunate because I really like Adidas, but I wanted to try something different. These Vivos do feel a little weird. I'm gonna have to get used to them. Driving off the tee, it's a little bit different because the shoes are so thin. They're not like a hiking shoe. It's like more of like a casual shoe. So, but I'm all right with them. They look super cool actually. We're gonna see where we ended up here on hole two and hopefully have a good run at the basket here for a birdie. Absolutely parked this drive, super stoked on that. We're gonna end up with a birdie here. There we go, very early birdie, super stoked on that. I do want to mention I got a new microphone on the camera as well, so if the volume or like the audio in this video is a little wonky, I'm trying to figure it out actually, just so you guys know. We'll get it all dialed in. Hopefully it's not too bad on this video. 3 out here at Boone Woods. It's gonna be 347 feet. You're not gonna be able to see the basket here actually, but there's a small gap right through there that you're gonna wanna hit with more than likely a forehand. Honestly, if this tree wasn't there, right there, you could probably take a big hyzer line to get there. I'm just gonna stick with the trusty DD3 here actually. Put it out on the line over there that I was talking about. Last time we were here, we didn't put enough power into it, so we're gonna have to pump this thing a little bit harder this time so we can stay out of the rough that's right in the center of the fairway there. Hopefully get really close to the basket and have another run at a birdie. Oh, I hit that tree that's out there. That's the one that we needed to miss. We should still be in the middle of the fairway having some sort of look at the basket. So last night I actually went live on the Nomadic Disc Golf Instagram and talked about our relaunch actually, but you can go over to the Nomadic Disc Golf Instagram and rewatch the live stream that I did. I posted it right on the feed there, so you guys can go back and watch that. We announced that we're going to be relaunching here soon. Matt and I have been working very, very hard to get Nomadic back up and running, and I think we've done a really, really good job actually of getting things going again. So if you guys want to head over to the Nomadic Instagram, go ahead and check that out, as well as going to nomadicdg.com, where you can actually sign up for our newsletter, which is going to be where we are going to announce the actual official launch date. I'm telling you guys right now, you are not going to want to miss out on that. We have so many discs that other retailers don't have right now. So if you missed out on a certain release, we more than likely will have it. So head on over there, subscribe to the newsletter. You won't want to miss out. So I'm going to show you guys the basket real quick. See the basket right there. We hit this tree and ended up kicking just into the rough right there. I'm going to take the A3 here. Try and hit this like really tiny gap here. That was actually a really good run. We're going to be parked in the basket for a par there. All right, we'll take a par there. So we're switching the bag over to mostly Discraft, or almost all Discraft. I'm going to slowly start taking out most of the Prodigy, other brands that I have in the bag. You saw me throw the A3 there. I'm just super comfortable with that disc. I've been throwing it for a long time and don't really like the zone. I'm more of a, I like to have the bead on the approach disc actually. I used to not be like that. I used to throw a tactic in a zone actually. But I just picked up a DGA breaker. So we're gonna see if we can use that at all today, figure out how overstable of an approach disc that thing actually is. Hopefully it has the stability that I'm looking for, but we're gonna head into hole 4 here and see if we can get another birdie. All right, hole 4. It's gonna be 319 feet downhill. You can see the basket pretty much just dead straight ahead there. So I'm gonna take the Glow Passion here. I'm gonna push something out on this right side. You're gonna see a building just down there. You're gonna want something to push towards that and then have a little bit of finish just at the end before hitting that building. Last time we were here, we hit the building actually. So I'm gonna try and put this thing, not too much power into it, but enough where it's gonna carry down there, get us close to the basket so we can have a look at a birdie. We hit all those trees. I didn't put it out to the right far enough, so we're gonna be tucked off just barely into the rough on the left, but should have an easy up and down there. So I really need to get the bag dialed in because in about 2 weeks, I'm actually gonna be heading to Milwaukee to play a tournament and hanging out with none other than Ryan Miller, or better known as Caddy Disc Golf. Make sure you go follow him on Instagram and YouTube. Love hanging out with Ryan. It's a great time out in Milwaukee. Super stoked for that trip, but really need to get the bag dialed in before I get over to there for the tournament. I'd really like to do well in that actually. Last year I think I came in like 3rd or 4th place actually, so if we can walk away with a win there, that would be huge. We're gonna see where we ended up in the rough on this left side here. Hopefully have something to get up and down for an easy, either give this thing a run at a birdie or try and get up and down for a par. All right, this is just gonna be a jump putt towards the basket. If you see right here, you're gonna notice these like poles sticking up, so we're gonna have to miss those to give this thing a good run at hitting a birdie here. If we hit this, this would be a huge jump putt. Oh, that was so close to going in, actually. Ow. Walk away with the par there on hole 4. We're actually going to be 1 down heading into hole 5, which is pretty good actually. I'm not sure what we shot last time on this front 9, but if we can go into the back 9 shooting negative, that would be huge because we ended up with even the last time we were here. So we're really trying to beat our record out here today. We're on a good track right now. We're gonna head into hole 5 and hopefully get something close to the basket. Hole 5 is gonna be 326 feet uphill. You're gonna see the top of the basket right there. This hole is very difficult for me because it's so far uphill. My arm speed, I can't really pump the disc too far up there. So we're gonna take the prototype Hades here. I haven't been throwing distance drivers all too much, so hopefully we can get something up there and just in the middle of the fairway. If we make it up to the middle of the fairway, we'll definitely give it a run at a birdie, but we'll more than likely take a par here. Yep, gonna be in the middle of the fairway there. Flight was pretty good on that shot. Didn't give it the distance it needed to get super close to the basket, but it'll be open. We'll have a look at the basket from there. Pretty much the same spot that we ended up last time when we played here. So we're gonna give this thing a jump putt at the basket. Hopefully give it a run like we did back on hole 4. Going. Oh, that was so close. Hole 6, gonna be 383 feet. This one's gonna be in a different pin location than it was the last time when we were here. You're gonna see the basket dead straight ahead, right out there. Really tough tee shot. So I'm actually going to take a new disc in the bag that one of my buddies just sent me, Evan. He sent me over a Ace Race 2017 Sting. He says this thing should fly pretty similar to the F5 that I'm normally throwing actually. So I'm gonna go off to this right side of the fairway. You probably won't be able to see the shot too much just because it gets way darker in there and the camera's not gonna be able to pick up on it since nobody's here to zoom in actually. But I'm gonna push on this right side, hopefully have a little bit of finish. I'm gonna try and put this thing on a little bit of hyzer and flip it up to flat actually. All right, the disc did exactly what I wanted it to. It didn't get very far though. It's gonna be well short of the basket, but the flight was super nice out of it. That's one of the tougher things about switching your bag over is finding discs that are similar to ones that you've already been throwing for a long time, trying to find things that are going to work, especially for my arm speed. I don't have the fastest arm speed actually, so I tend to throw more fairway drivers off the tee than I do distance drivers just because most of the time I can't get them up to speed unless it's a flippier distance driver. I love the flight of that Ace Race Sting actually, so that's probably more than likely going to be staying in the bag. We're going to see where we ended up here and hopefully have an easy approach to hit a par here. Get right there. We just ended up just a little short of the basket, just tucked in this little rough right here. Gonna give this thing a run. So this is gonna line up best for a little chip forehand turnover with the A3 here. Nice. All right, we'll take a 3 on hole 6 there, and we will still be at -1 going into hole 7 here. I'm actually really stoked on how we're playing here today. I think the putting has been the best part, or like the jump putts have been the best part. We've been getting off the tee pretty well. Also, which is nice because in past videos, we've really struggled to get off the tee, but we're doing a really good job here so far today. We're gonna see what we can get into on hole 7 here and hopefully get something close on this longer par 3 here. Hole 7, it looks like it's still in the B location like it was last time. So you're going to see the basket just past those trees out there. It looks like it's 415 feet. So I'm gonna take the S-Line DD3 here, just try and pump something out there because I'm gonna get the most distance out of my forehand typically. Hopefully have something push over, just a little flex to it, get past those trees that you're seeing out there and have something end up close to the basket so we can give this thing a jump putt. Or if we could push it 400 with a forehand, that would probably be my best drive ever. Came out of the hand really weird, pushed it over just a little bit too much. We're gonna be out in the open on the right side there and have probably an approach shot towards the basket. So the DD3 is one of the staples that's in my bag. It's like one of my most used discs for distance. Actually, I don't throw it backhand like ever, but forehand, that's going to be one of the discs that's going to be very difficult to replace actually with a Discraft disc. I'm probably going to try either a Zeus or a Force or something like that. The Force is really overstable for my arm speed, but I think the Zeus will line up pretty well. I'm just going to have to find one that fits in the bag and has a similar flight to that DD3. I can always turn that thing over and it'll have the reliable fade to come back like it always does. We'll have to find something to replace that, but we're gonna see how far we actually ended up short of the basket. Hopefully either give this thing a jump putt run or some sort of approach shot so that we can get a par here. We're actually pretty short of the basket here, probably about, I'd say maybe between 80 to 100 feet here. So the jump putt is feeling good right now, but I'm actually gonna take an approach with the Big Z Fierce here. Just try and get something close to the basket, maybe in trying to ring this thing in the basket. Fade. Pretty good actually. You really can't go wrong with the Big Z Fierce if you're a newer intermediate player. I mean, even Paige Pierce throws a Fierce actually, so really anybody can use it. I love it for approaching and driving off the tee actually. I got a couple extra of the Big Z Fierces. I think once we hit a certain subscriber count here on YouTube, I'll do a giveaway for one of the Big Z Fierces. I would love to give one of those away and have one of you guys put it in the bag. It is an amazing disc. So we're on a pretty big par streak right now. I think we've parred like the last like 4 holes or something like that. This next hole is gonna line up for us to get a birdie actually. So if we can get a birdie here, that'll put us 2 down going into the final hole after hole 8 here. So hopefully we can hit this one. All right, hole 8 is gonna be 269 feet, par 3 on the elevated basket that you're going to see there. This hole is gonna be downhill as well. I'm gonna take the Adam Hammonds Wasp here actually, put something off to this right side on a hyzer line and just have something crash towards that hill at the basket there. Hopefully end up really close. Last time we almost hit a really nice putt on this basket, but I'm really looking for the birdie here this time. Sit. Sit. Came up short of the basket actually, and we're gonna be tucked behind a tree. This is gonna be a tough look for a birdie. Needed to put a little bit more into that Wasp shot there to get a little bit closer to this basket. This is gonna be a tough putt actually, just like it was the last time. Hopefully we can hit this, get a birdie so that we can end up going into the final hole here on this front 9. 2 down, that would be awesome. Be a great start into this 18 here. Dang it, man. Did exactly what we did the last time. Another par. 9, and the final hole out here at Boone Woods for this front 9. You're gonna want something to push up and over this hill, and then the basket is going to be off to the left side over that way. I'm gonna take the DD3 here, try and pump something out just pretty straight, or a little bit of flex, have it get a nice finish towards the end actually. Just wanna make sure that we get up and over this hill. So I had a nice flex line on it actually. It's gonna be out in the open. The basket's gonna be out in the open as well. So we should either have an easy approach or an easy jump put at the basket there. Short of the basket actually. It's gonna be tucked right there by that tree. We're gonna try and give this thing a run. Because it's uphill, I'm gonna take the Big Z Fierce here. Just try and approach with this. Either put it in the basket or get really close to the bucket. Ooh, hit that tree unfortunately. That is going to conclude the front 9 out here at Boone Woods. We actually ended up shooting negative, so we're 1 down through this front 9. That is not too bad actually. There's a lot of birdie opportunities going into this back 9 actually, so super stoked on that. I want to say thank you guys for tuning in here today and hanging out with me at Boone Woods. I've very much enjoyed playing back out here and trying to beat my record. We're on pace to actually do that. If you like the video, make sure you leave a like down below. Leave a comment on what you think I'm actually going to shoot out here at Boone Woods, and make sure that you hit that subscribe button so that you can be notified when the back 9 comes out as well. Thank you guys again, and we will see you in the next one.